Hello, hello, it's Celine here. I am a holistic nutritionist specializing in women's hormone health and weight release. And today I want to talk to you about the 4 phases of your menstrual cycle and how you can actually work out according to your cycle. So, as you know, we have 4 phases. During menstruation, your period, when you're bleeding, you have the lowest levels of your hormones, so testosterone, progesterone, estrogen, just to name the basics. Okay, this is when you deeply want to be resting and recovering. You can do exercises like yoga, restorative yoga, yin yoga, just not doing inversions, mat Pilates, walking, foam rolling. And if you're like me, it's a little hard to take a rest sometimes because it just feels good to move. It feels good to be active. And you'll find that if you don't exercise now and if you start to do it, your body will show you that it actually craves exercise eventually. And you'll start to crave it and your symptoms will ease as well. So again, doing gentle restorative exercises. Then you have your follicular phase. Right after the follicular phase, your hormone levels start to rise, but they're still not very high. So at this point, this is actually the spring of your cycle. So this is when you want to try new things, a new dance class, maybe it's Zumba, maybe it's hip hop, maybe it's spin class. So doing things like that, and you're able to start to do a little bit more higher intensity, but not quite HIIT workouts so it lasts about 7 to 10 days. And so towards the end, that's when you can start to really move it with cardio, going for jogs, doing HIIT, more high intensity workouts, jump rope, things like that. And then you have your ovulatory phase, which is only 3 to 4 days. And that's when you really can crush it with your HIIT workouts, your long distance runs, high intensity. This is what it's built for, okay? So really go for it at this point. And then you have your luteal phase. And there's really 2 phases to this part. Okay, so the first one is still very more cardio based. You can still do your workouts like that, but start to go more towards bar workouts, a little bit more gentler, and then you want to start to go towards strength. Your luteal phase, especially the second part, is really for building muscle, lean muscle. So do your strength training at this point. And I will say, I strength train throughout the month. I love it. It's my version of therapy. It makes me feel good and look good. So I am looking at how now I can incorporate my weight training a little bit differently, a little more cardio based in the beginning, ending with my luteal phase, the strong. And it really does make a difference as well. And now the U.S. women's soccer team trains according to their infradian cycle, just like their circadian rhythm. They have their hormonal infradian rhythm, just like you and I. And so then you actually wrap it up again with your menstrual cycle. And I know it can be easy to look at someone who's on the cover of a magazine or doing high intensity, triathlons year round. And let me tell you, what they're not telling you is that they're struggling with their hormones as well. Okay. So the more that you start to live in tune with your hormones and your cycle, the more that you're able to really feel like a woman and feel empowered and feel strong and fit and achieve the results that you want. Because when you're at the end of your cycle, in your menstrual phase, even follicular, and you're doing, or at the end of your luteal phase, you're doing some high intensity workouts, it's really not serving your body and it's asking you to store fat because you're pumping out cortisol, your stress hormone. Okay, so that's a really big thing. And if you have any hormonal issues, I really recommend starting off with really foundational movement exercises first, not going into HIIT, not exercising for more than half an hour, not doing long runs either. Really build this internal strength first. And if you are in Calgary, Alberta, I am doing a talk March 19th in Mission in Calgary at Without Co. And we're going to be talking all about how to turn your cycle into your superpower. So I'll be going over the movements, food, sleep, love, and work. So how to optimize each phase of your cycle to really live your best life, okay? And then also I have a painless period guide. So I'll go over bloating, nausea, cramps, mood swings, all of those kinds of symptoms that you might be experiencing, and how to overcome them, because it is my mission that no woman ever needs to feel those intense cycles again, because although they're common and talked about for ages and amongst all your friends and women in your life, they're not necessary. PMS, you don't have to live with PMS. It's not about a curse about being a woman. You can overcome this, okay? So I'll link both to you below. And if you're in Calgary, I hope to see you at the event, March 19th. And I'll see you at inside the Painless Period Guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.